Well, it's going to rain tomorrow, but it is a beautiful day today. The sun is out. I got to the barn and Danny said, "You sure you don't want to train today?" I said, no. Every spring we usually have a break at some point where the track is just falling apart. We can't train them, or we can't train them hard. They've been training hard, and I just wanted to go easy just for a week. We plan on droning them Tuesday. Let's just leave them alone for today. Now, having said that, there are some horses that do need some catch-up miles. Great Bet, Rito's Lady, and Punch the Clock. So those three went today. It's always nice to go exactly where you're supposed to sometimes, and pretty laid-back setting today. My excitement for today was training Brace for Landing in the race bike, and I'll get to him in a minute. But nice even mile from the horses. I think we were probably at the half in 26, 1 mile in 41. And James had to leave to come down and train some. So Danny, Jimmy, and I went with those three. I went with Punch, and she was awesome. Just screamed right through the middle. Won the set. The other two, we finished all three of us right across the track, but she was well within herself doing her work. And this is important. Not that she was doing her work well, but the fact that she was not doing the stupid things. Remember I told you guys last week, she's 6 weeks mentally behind everybody. We talk about the physical, but you don't think about the mental aspect of it all the time. And the things that our horses were doing 6 and 8 weeks ago, looking at the gate, making breaks in the straightaways, looking at whips, looking at stuff, just being babies. She hadn't got to experience that yet. So to see her progress and do it quite quickly, actually, was impressive. She screamed through the middle, ended up winning the set, wrapped up real tight in the bit. 241, so I guess that's the last half in 15, so good for her. Great Bet and Rito's Lady were both good also, so happy to see Rito's Lady coming on. She seems to be I don't know how to categorize her in regards to historically speaking. I don't know what to call her. She was really to break, she wouldn't pace, she was hard to get gated, then she was very stubborn, but now she does everything very, very well and finished up very strong also. I know Jimmy was just sitting there with her, Danny was just sitting on Great Bet, so a very good set. Just three, just a very short field today, but they trained great. And then I went out, I saw James going out to go first trip with Brace for Landing. I went to go last trip with him. He was so good today. Now remember I told you guys the track is deep, that track is slow, quite a bit slower than say any racetrack, but which is fine. Brace for Landing, I get over the quarter 31, I backed him up a half in 105 and a bit, a mile in 2:5 and 3, so last half in a minute, maybe 59 and 4 a minute, but well within himself and very, very strong over that was over Stutzman's track. Really happy, really happy with what I saw from Brace for Landing today. He was awesome. Now Crantini, we had some vet work done, we had his knees done just with polyglycan on Tuesday, so I didn't want to come back and train him on Friday, but he's such a mongrel when you're not doing work with him all the time. It's like he can sense somebody's trying to be nice to him for the day, and he's just going to ruin their day if he can. He's just rooting and throwing his head. I think he wanted to train, to be honest. Maybe that was it. Maybe I'm being a little harsh and a little hard on him. Maybe he wanted to train today, but we got him jogged him 3 miles. He was fine. He definitely looked a little more comfortable, a little more fluid, so that's good. And it's not that there was any issue. It's just when you're sitting on a horse, or when you're trying to go with horses that are high speed, high torque horses, I want to make sure that he's good going into a place where I'm going to ask him for a little speed, and I'll do that on Tuesday. Probably train him right where I trained Brace for Landing today, right in 2.5, 2.6, somewhere in there on Tuesday. Crantini's issue is not training. It's not working, it's not trotting, it's not even trotting fast. It's being in the setting, right? The training setting. The other day I went with him, just two of us trained together. He was mildly behaved. How's he going to be when we get him behind the gate? I don't know. I think with no hobbles on, we're probably going to have to school him a couple of times, maybe 3. But he'll be ready to go when he's in to qualify. He'll be ready to hit the ground trotting, not running. Hit the ground trotting, and I think that'll be it for him. I jogged beside Carter Michael Diote. He just looks awesome. He looks really, really good. I think now it's not official because I had just asked Greg, so it'd be third person. But Greg said he's been in 212. Dominic's been in 212 with Spitfire and Carter. Both of them look very, very good. Spitfire actually, and James had said this, it looks the best right now. I think him and Brace, because they have embraced their work and their understanding. Their focus is laser pinpointed. Brace for landing. I still haven't had a head check on him. Just wore a Bitburn and a Murphy blind in the inside, open bridle with an ear hood, bell boots and trot boots and hobbles, and he was perfect today. You couldn't ask him to do anything better than that. And Spitfire, although I haven't seen him go fast, James said the horse is perfect right now. So I haven't seen Carter, so that's unfair to him. I've seen him go a mile in like 25, but does he need the hobbles? Is he ready to go in that setting? I don't know, but close. All of them are very, very close. So what else took place? Resolute Bay qualified. Nice qualifier for him. 57, 28 apiece on the end of it. And then Mario had 2 and Dominic had 2. Now, 1. I went with landing pad, and man, I was surprised. I had to ask Sylvain after how fast he went. I had a watch, but mine said 157 and 4, and I was like, did I start this early? Did I stop it late by accident? Oh, I didn't. I went a mile 57.4, maybe 58 with them. So we have the watches with the tenths of a second. I don't have one with me. So you went 157 and 9. So 158-ish. But he didn't look bad, and he was pretty behaved, so he's ready to go. We're going to qualify landing pad next week, which is good because he's another one of those horses that was just teetering. He's not out of the woods yet, but he was teetering on, are we going to keep this guy? Is he going to be an effective horse? So hopefully this is a big step forward for landing pad because he was very good this morning. As I said, 157 and 4, 158. We went with the Shadow Play filly from PEI. She was okay, mile in 2 minutes, schooled her. We'll qualify her in 58 or 59 next week. Now, I know that the owners of that horse, Mike and his partners, were hoping she'd go to the Spring Series. I just don't think she's good enough to go to the Spring Series. There's nothing wrong with that. There's lots of racing. There's lots of racing out there for these horses, and putting them where they might or might not do is not in their best interest either. So we will qualify her next week. And Warwi Yuri, everybody keeps asking me, where's Yuri? Yuri looked great today. Mile and 2-2 last half in a minute. We'll school him in 2 minutes, 2-1 next week, and then we'll qualify him right around the same the week after that. So Warwi Yuri, today is March, the 24th. He'll qualify again first part of April. So by April the 8th, Warwi Yuri will be qualified and ready to go. So that is about it. We get Red Overbach tonight. He's in a little stiff tonight. They didn't fill that horses that raced for a purse less than whatever. So he ended up in the non-winners of 6,000, which is a bit stiff for him. And quite frankly, it might have played a role in me not being available for tonight. But Louis knows the horse also, and he's going to drive him, Louis Philippois. I guess if push came to shove, I thought that James might take him because the horse that he beat me with last week, he wasn't super impressed with, and I thought that maybe he'd jump on and drive Red Overbach. But it's one horse, and James is truthful. He goes, I don't know if I get along with him that good. I appreciate the honesty. I could have come back and drove him, I suppose. I didn't know what I'd be up to tonight, and quite frankly, I wanted to spend some time with the kids. Some new movies out tonight. For those of you who know me well, most of you do by now. I don't get a chance to go to the movies very often anymore, but I used to go all the time. And I'm going to go tonight with Ava and Ollie, likely. Tomorrow we got a bunch on the go. Haunted House is in. JK Victory is in. Locatelli is in. Picked a win. I picked for second or third. I told everybody yesterday, I think that's a good spot for him. 9-hole on a slanted gate on a big track. That's actually a good staging point for him coming off the car. I think that Locatelli has got a real good shot in there, and I'm interested to watch that race. I'm missing one more horse. Oh, More Than You Know. Yes, I was listed on More Than You Know, and I told Mario, I said, I'm not driving in the mud. I drove in a monsoon yesterday. I drove in a monsoon on Wednesday, and that's it for the month of March. I'm not driving in any more pouring rain. None. So, no, I'm not going Saturday. I don't think More Than You Know will miss me. Doug McNair is driving him, I believe, and we'll get along just fine with him. And Perlucky is in this week. A lot of horses getting ready, and then I'm eager for next week also. I don't know if many of you caught my video or tuned in, but Columbus looked like a horse. He looked like a horse. Qualifying on Friday, so he will race next week. Chris Lems can stay driving him. Hopefully they split the maiden and I can drive. I'll drive Oh My Gosh I do want to maybe have some vet work done. Oh my gosh, she was a little rickety yesterday, but still did his work well. So, a great finish to March. Hopefully a much better finish after this weekend, but a pretty good finish to March. April the 1st will be upon us very soon, and before you know it, it will be summer. So I will talk to you all very soon. A very beautiful, very nice, and very productive day here in Ontario. Take care.